Hey guys, Justin here, Mr. BMW South Africa, and welcome to the BMW F86 X6 M. So this is not the competition, just the normal X6 M. We did not get the competition in the F86 model. Guys, before we get into this, remember to hit that like button, subscribe, and share with your friends. Also remember to comment below on which vehicles you would like to see in future, or any questions in general as well. Remember to hit that bell icon for notifications on new uploads on these vehicles. Let's quickly do a cold start, and then we'll do a full review of this beautiful beast. Enjoy. So let's get into this beautiful BMW F86 X6 M. This is the Donington Grey color, one of my absolute favorite colors in the BMW X6. I do like the launch color, that blue launch color as well, but this really stands out on the road. And you don't get too much of them, you see that blue more often. I'm going to run through a few features of this car. I'm going to show you the rear space, the boot space, go through the vehicle, take it out on the road, and have some fun. Alright, let's get into it. I'm going to start at the back because I want to show you the new design language where BMW actually started with this new design language, giving it a more broader look at the back. You'll see most of our vehicles come spec'd or come with this sort of look, just a little bit smaller maybe and not as aggressive, but this is really where the new design language started. These four pipes over here give you the solid or raw sound that this car really gives. It's not like the newer cars where you have a little button where you can put the sound on and off. This is still a proper raw machine. So these four pipes really do count for something. You'll see that this says X6M. In South Africa, you don't get the X6M anymore. You do get the X6M competition only. So we found that a lot of people only buy competitions, especially in the M3 and the M4, so that's why we only bring out the competition packages in South Africa. Let's get into the boot. Let me show you this massive boot space. Even though it's a coupe version of the X6 or of the X5 actually, you still get 580 liters of boot space. You can also pull these seats flat down and get more boot space, and they also go down flat, so you can actually load boxes very comfortably. You do get a spare wheel as well. So I always say in a vehicle like this, you can have both your kids and two dogs at the back, and you can still kill some of the f***ers out there. Alright, so let's get into the back, but I first want to show you guys as well, this car comes standard with all-wheel drive. In an M vehicle, your xDrive or all-wheel drive system is predominantly rear-wheel driven. So that's why you'll also see this has got 325s at the back, 21 inch, and it's got 285s in front, also 21 inch. But the back tires are a little bit broader to give you more traction, of course. Let's jump into the back. Let me show you the space at the back of this BMW X6. You would think because it's a coupe version that there's not a lot of space, but you can actually see that I'm pretty comfortable. This is my driving position in front, and look at this legroom over here. I've got my own aircon at the back over here as well, proper Bang & Olufsen sound system. I've got my own blinds over here as well. It's just a proper place to be seated at, and you can sort of feel from the back how solid this vehicle is. You can feel it's an M vehicle. I don't know how they did that, but I think they made these seats feel sportier as well. Let's jump into the front seat, show you where the magic happens in this vehicle, and then after that I'm going to show you the engine and take it out on the road. Okay, so jumping in the front, you'll see that this car is also spec'd with your comfort access as well. So comfort access, obviously you don't need the key, you just lock your vehicle by simply putting your finger on, putting your hand in, the vehicle unlocks, and voila. And like you can see, obviously I don't have any keys in my hands. Jumping into the X6 M. Now this is the place to be. Guys, for this specific car, it is half the price. This is a 2019 with about 40,000 k's on the clock. It's half the price of a brand new X6 M competition. You can get these cars from about 800,000 upwards, depending on the year model, depending on the mileage as well. But this car with 40,000 k's on the clock, you can see it practically looks brand new inside. It really feels like a solid car. It doesn't feel like it's aging, even though this is the pre-shape. it's still a phenomenal place to be seated in. No squeaks, no rattles, everything is just properly solid. So you'll see that this car is spec'd with your bag that lifts in as well, like I said at the back, and you also get these two M preset buttons like I showed you guys in the M3 video as well, and in the X3M video. This BMW, even though it's an M vehicle, this is a SUV, so this car is spec'd with the sunroof. So this you can spec with the sunroof as well. Your M3 and M4, the newer ones, you can't spec with the sunroof, but the previous generation you could. I think there's literally one car in South Africa with the sunroof, M4, a green one, but this car you can also spec with the sunroof. So this one is spec with that, and I really love that. I don't really think for everyday use you're going to feel the carbon fiber roof and that little bit of lower center of gravity on this vehicle. Let me show you the engine, and then let's get this baby out on the road. So there we go, guys. 4.4 litre twin turbo V8 engine. This car has got 423 kilowatts, 750 newton meters of torque, and 0 to 100 for a big beast like this, 4.2 seconds. On this massive machine, your average fuel consumption is 11.1 liters per 100 kilometers. Alright guys, so driving the BMW X6 M. This is a 2019 with about 40,000 Ks, like I said. To be exact, 40,800. This car really feels so solid and brand new. I'm driving in efficient and comfort, like a combined situation at this moment, because I'm just waiting for the car to warm up. We're going to do a 0 to 100 just there. I'm just waiting for this robot that we can get on the road. While we're sitting here waiting at the robot, one thing I do like about this BMW, it still gives you that old BMW feel, like not old, but like a proper, everything is just where it is supposed to be. Your heated seats, everything, aircon, your buttons for the volume and your cruise control, everything is where it's supposed to be. And that's what I really like about this car, because you're not going to get confused when you get into this BMW. And it is fully spec'd with technology. It's got the full 360 cam, like I said, heads up display, everything, and of course the Bang & Olufsen sound system. Alright, so driving, like I said, in comfort and efficient, like a combination, this car is really smooth in this sort of setting. I mean, your suspension is soft, everything is just smooth. It feels like a proper X6. You can feel that there's something a bit different. You can feel the car's a bit more firm and a bit more solid, but it just feels very smooth. And you'll get low fuel efficiency when you drive like this. When you drive 60 in a 60 zone, it'll actually give you a very good fuel consumption. But when you put your foot down, this 4.4 litre twin turbo V8 is going to chow you. Okay, I'm going to give it a little bit of a push in comfort. Just here and look at this, or just feel this with me. Yeah, you see, you can drive like this every day, just like in this sort of mode setting, because when you put your foot down, it's still a 4.4 twin turbo V8. You get to where you need to be very fast. I can't get this smile off my face now. And I'm not even in sport yet. Damn it, this car is quick. Okay, so the car's not completely warm yet. We'll give it just another few minutes, just a few kilometers, just to heat up the engine, let the oil go through the turbochargers, and then we can do a 0 to 100 test in this car. One thing I have to also say, this is not the DCT gearbox that you get in your M3 and M4. This is the ZF 8-speed torque converter. So this really makes the car, the gear changes are quite quick. It's not as quick as a DCT, but it's very, very gradual. And it's got like a sort of a linear sort of feel. So when you put your foot down, it chooses the gear and goes. But when you put the car into sport, it obviously gives you a very direct response in the gears. You see, over those humps you can, or over those little grids in the road, you can actually feel that this is an M vehicle. That's where the firmness really comes through. Alright guys, so we're approaching the stop street now. So let's see, everything, traction control is completely off, car is in Sport Plus, my gears are in the most aggressive mode. Let's see what this car does, 0 to 100. I'm just going to give a little bit of a gap there in front. Okay, so as soon as I go, I'm going to say go, then we're going to press the button. And I'm going to shout 100, then we add 100. Okay, we on? Ready?
Ready.
Go! 100! So we did a 0 to 100 in 5 seconds, so not the complete 4.2. This was also not as accurate as it can be, because we're doing it with our own hands. There's nothing like really on the vehicle itself. So you see guys, driving like this, I'm driving in Sport Plus mode and in manual, and this car I'm driving 60 k's an hour. The car just feels so subtle. It doesn't matter how you drive. If you're on a smooth tar like this, it's a very subtle car. So let's just hear if we can hear the exhaust notes now. Let's see if I open the window if it gives a bit of a different sound. Okay guys, I'm going to open the window fully. I'm just going to do a last turn. I just want you guys to hear the sound. I'm going to go through first and second gear, and that's about it. So I hope you guys can hear this. I hope there's not too much wind noise. Alright, so let's go first gear. Okay, you could definitely hear something there. So second gear, just gonna go around the corner. Guys, I really love this car. I'm like so excited the whole time. So you have to get the revs quite high to actually hear that exhaust note. Alright guys, so that is the BMW X6 M. Let's take it back to its home base, park it again, and thank you very much for watching this video. One last one. Woo! Yes, that sounds amazing. Alright, that was the last one, guys. Guys, remember to comment below. Ask me anything you want about these cars. If you want prices, if you're looking for a BMW, remember to give me a call, and then we can definitely chat from there. Guys, have a safe day, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.